It's red, it's a Zaku, but it's not piloted by a Char clone. How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta, and today we're going to take a look at the Master Grade Gunner Zaku Warrior, the Lunamaria Hawke Custom from the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny. Now, this is a kit that I've been eyeballing for quite a long time. I mean, it's a Zaku holding a big gun, and it has such a unique design to it. And here I am now with this kit in my hands and ready to review it. So take a look at the box art. We see the Gunner Zaku Warrior firing its big gun, and we have its fellow soldier in the background. Moving on to this side of the box, just shows the front and rear side of the kit, the big gun, aka the Gunner Wizard. Here's the Zaku Warrior ready to fire its gun. Shows off the inner framing and articulation, the 1/100 scale pilot, and the marking stickers. Moving on to this side of the box, just shows off the Zaku Warrior and more of its action poses, the weapon layout, and how they do the pipes on the runners. And right over here, just shows what the kit looks like when it's unpainted. And after cracking open the box, we got 7 bags of runners and a manual. Taking a look at the cover of the manual, we see a familiar art. Cracking open the manual, seems like we got a bit of lore and some explanation. Now, if you guys want to read these, feel free to pause and do so. Checking the parts list, and looks like we're going to be using all of them. And at the middle of the manual, we see a nice CG render of the model kit. Right down here, just shows you the painting guide and a 1-point technique to make the details pop. And moving on to the other side, just shows you the mechanism of the Zaku Warrior. Right down here is the weaponry, and over here we have the pilot herself, Lunamaria Hawke. And if you want to read this, feel free to pause and do so. And right down here, the weapon layout. You have this page where it shows you where to place the marking decals, and finally the back of the manual just shows you the painted build. Starting off with runner A, we got a huge chunk of red parts. We got some white with a bit of purple, some dark red, and a clear part. Runner B is going to be the really dark gray, almost black parts. Same colors for runner C, as well as 2 runner Ds. And for runners E1 and E2, they both share this chunk of a runner. Runners F1 and F2, back to the red colors. G1 is going to be the white parts. There's no runner G2, maybe because it has something to do with the other Zaku Warrior variants. Now we're jumping right into runners H1 and H2, the dark red parts, and they'll be sharing this chunk of a runner. I1 is going to be the front parts, while I2 is going to be the last of the red parts. Runner J is going to be the, well, I think you already know what it is. And finally, runner K is going to be the pipe parts for the legs. And finally, you get a red cloth piece, bendable wire, marking stickers, and a color correcting sticker. And spoiler, it's going to go under the eye. That's going to be it for the unboxing portion. And something tells me that with the amount of runners we have, we're going to have some good things out of it, like good engineering and good articulation. We'll see throughout the review. I'm going to put this kit together right now. I'll see you guys right after. And here's the kit all put together. And when I was building this, you can really tell that it kind of feels like a cheap master grade. Not like it's a bad thing or anything. Cheap model kits are always good. What I mean by that is, I know I'm stealing from Zaku Aurelia's words, but sometimes it feels like a RE1100 or full mechanics, if you want to call it that. Hey, that means the build is more on the simpler side, which makes it great for beginners. And you also have really great out-of-box presentation. Like, you can just snap build this and just call it done. So I suggest you should panel line it to make those details pop. And after looking around the kit, I see no seam lines whatsoever. And the only sticker I already talked about is for the eye. So I guess I'll just work on it right now. I'll see you guys right after. Really not much to talk about in the out-of-box portion. And here is the kit after you put some effort into it. And yeah, I know the setup is different, and I know you can see my switch over there, but just bear with it. Of course, I did apply weathering because why the heck not? Moving on with accessories, starting off with hand options, and as you see, what's on the kit would be the closed fists. You can swap these fingers out for the 2 weapon holding hands, open palm hands, and trigger finger hands, both left and right. Weapons, you get the beam assault rifle. This handle can move side to side, and the ammo drum, you can pull it out, not like that. That's why I recommend you should pull it from the bottom, so you can pull this out and it can move side to side. And there's this peg right here, which you can store onto the back skirt. And you might be asking, well, how? Well, just pull this piece down and you see a little hole right there. Next up, you have a beam tomahawk and effect parts, and I think you guys know what goes where. It should look something like this. Next up, you have a action-based adapter and a 1/100 scale to pilot, Lunamaria Hawke. Saving the best for the last, the big gun, or the proper way to say it, the gunner wizard. And this has some quite articulation right here. You've got a ball joint right down here. There's a hinge like right over here, and a ball joint right over here, which pops off a little too easy, but don't worry, that's an easy fix. To use it, of course, you gotta have to bring this down, fold the barrel out and the stock, and you also have this handle which can move side to side, and another one that can swing out. So yeah, and the wire pops off a little too easily. Nothing like a little glue should fix it. And of course, it attaches to the backpack. How's it going, guys? Editing Plastic Disasta here. Forgot to tell you that you do have 2 grenades on each side skirt, but you have this like little tab right here, and I'm not sure if the or actually I don't think the open palm hand can hold the grenade, but if you want to, it's just an idea. If you want to do like a diorama, I suggest you should cut the tab off, put this kit in the fixed positions, and then just glue it on the open palm hand. Moving on with the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, does have some chicken action right there. Now on my copy, I'm having a hard time popping off the top part of the head, just to show the model eye can move side to side. But just to show you guys, you see this piece right here has a little tab on it, which you can grab it so it can move side to side. Moving on to the shoulders, and yeah, I had to take the backpack off just to show the articulation. The shoulder can move in and out. It can also move up and down. Same thing for this side. Now as for the shield, you get a ball joint right here and a ball joint right over here. You also have this hinge which can move up and down. This little piece can move out. You get a bicep swivel, double bend on the elbow, and the wrist is also on a ball joint, and you also get some wrist hinge movement, and of course the arm can rotate. Okay, oh boy. Please don't be rough on your Gundam models. I had to super glue the peg here. Now I'm just gonna wait for it to dry. Anyways, the review must go on. Moving on to the torso, you get a little bit of an ab crunch and backwards movement, and a little bit of side to side. And due to design, you get a limited waist swivel. And of course, every master grade has an opening cockpit. I should have brought my tweezers for it, but if you just push it down, I meant to say is pull it out, and I know the lighting is not the best, but the pilot is in there. The front skirt moves out, side skirt moves out, the back skirt moves out, and as for legs, it does have some swinging mechanism, so it can kick up this far, it can move back that far, it can do the full splits. You get a thigh swivel and double bend on the knee. And moving on to the legs, the side thrusters can move in and out. The ankle armor can move up and down as well. Thruster behind the legs can move up and down ever so slightly. The foot is on a ball joint, and you also have some forward toe movements. And let's see how the pivot goes. I say it's actually pretty nice. Moving on to the back, the thruster can move down and up. Overall, the articulation on this kit is actually pretty nice, though again it is a shame I accidentally broke off the peg on the shoulder. Moving on to size comparisons, now I don't have the 1/100 scale Gundam with me, so this is the best I could do. Here it is right next to the Master Grade Gundam Mark II, and as you can see, this is on the smaller side. Here it is right next to an SD kit and Lego Aquaman. So that's going to be it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Overall, it's a pretty nice kit, though it's not as good as a modern master grade kit, even though the kit came out, I believe it was 2019. Does the cheapest of the kit wear it down? Yeah, but not by a long shot. I mean, I still have fun with this kit, even though, again, I accidentally broke off the peg. Hopefully the review has sparked your interest. So that's gonna be it for the review. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here or want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe. Questions, concerns, comment down below, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Now, even though the super glue says 10 to 25 seconds, maybe it's best if I just leave it alone for like a long while. And after letting the super glue dry for the whole day, it's all good now.